Welcome to the Cosmic Drag Podcast with Reshena, the homegirl healer, your source for the trillest, intuitive coaching and encouragement for Black women straight from the universe. Get ready for some real spilling and real healing.
Hey homegirls, it's your girl Reshena, the homegirl healer, and this is the Cosmic Drag, honey. We finna pull these cards and let the universe drag us for filth and for healing at the same damn time. So you better secure them motherfucking edges, girl, before they get cosmically snatched, and let's get right into it. So the deck that we are working with today is the Gaia Oracle by Toni Carmine Salerno. This is a deck that I really like and always gives a good drag, honey. So y'all in for a good one today. So let's get right into the cards. So the first card we got popping today is Lost Love, Surrender, Healing, Release. So when you look at this card, there is a woman who is laying down in a body of water. She's all melancholy and sad and just worn out in here, child. And thank goodness she at least laying up under the moon. Hopefully the moon can, give her a little bit of juice or something so she can get her feminine mind right. But anyway, she is laying in a body of water. You notice there are even little droplets around her, kind of like tears to me. And so that made, as soon as I saw that, I thought to myself, like, haven't we all dropped our best tears crying ourselves to sleep over somebody we love hurting us, child? And 9 times out of 10, the question is that person even really worth all these tears? But anyway, we have cried them tears. We've been there. We love them. It is what it is. And so when you look at her body, you'll notice that there are a bunch of little hearts just all over her body. And some of the hearts are given like a blue tint, like, a little bit of blue to them. Some of them still have a little red. There's still a little bit of hope of healing in the mix, but the blue is overwhelming even that. And she also has like these little ropes all over her body. And to me, when I look at that, the first thing I thought was the wounds, the emotional scars that we keep on our minds and in our hearts. And sometimes those wounds even manifest on the outside of us. And what I want to know for yourself and for me too, child, but what does wearing our scars on our sleeve do for us really? Have you ever tried to put on a jacket where you had a scar? Is that very comfortable? It's not really, especially if the wound is new, right? It hurts, it stings, it's irritated, all those things. And that's kind of the same way that we feel when we are out here loving somebody or going through something, someone that we love that we may miss, who may not have done the right thing by us, but, we just trying to work through the emotions, but they all over us. It's just everywhere we go, just sadness and shit showing up. Ain't nobody got time for that. And so when we really get into it, thinking about the impact of wearing our heart on our sleeve and just allowing the sadness that we sometimes carry with us, the longing for the lost love that we have with us, carrying that on with us, it makes it hard for us to move on from those things. And so we have to learn how to accept the truth of what we have been through, child, and who we've been through it with. When people show you who they are, believe them. So even when there's love in the mix, if the person is not loving us the way that we need, we have to just accept the truth that is what happened instead of trying to create a different picture of that person or that situation in our mind. And so we really have to surrender the fight to make people love us the way we want them to when they're not capable. Sometimes people just cannot give us the love that we want and the way that we need it. And we have to be okay with that and chuck their ass to deuces. Because that right there is where the healing resides for real. If you really want to heal, you have to accept the reality of what is. And so when we're looking at this card, this woman is really, she's not there yet. She may be trying to get there, but she ain't there all the way yet. So let's get into the next card, which is an awesome one that I love so much. And this is the card of liberation, breaking free from a negative attachment. And so what's so interesting about this card is that there is a dove with her wings spread wide and full, and it's a bright light shining on her, like shining from her crown. And so all of this is just about what comes to us when we really allow ourselves to break free from the bullshit. When we are really ready to release what we've lost, the experience that have caused us to lose ourselves, that is when we know that we are really ready to be liberated, because we're tired of it. We can't hold on to it no more. And we really are just ready to break free. And so when you're really ready to liberate yourself, that is when we are truly ready to begin our healing process. And so when we allow ourselves the freedom of liberation from the negativity of our past, that really allows us to ascend into our greatness. It allows us to ascend into our light, and it allows us to really rest in the strength and the beauty of our peace. It really allows us to let our personal light shine brightly from us, hitting everywhere and everything around us. And all light can do is just create more light. And so when we are liberating ourselves, we are really stepping into the power of our light. Whew. The third card, my favorite of this bunch at the moment, healing, reconnecting with your true nature. And so when we look at this card, we notice that there is a woman in nature, and she is out here being wild and free as fuck. She naked, not giving a fuck. She doing her. And you can see that if you compare this card to the first card that we were looking at, the woman had ropes and scars and her heart was on her sleeve. And with this woman, honey, that is not the case. She done did the work. She out here with her face looking rested. She looks like she's at peace. You can see that the scars have healed up. And what you also notice is that there is just this sense of peace because she is who she is. She is who she was before the pain. She is her true self again. She has found herself. She has found her connection to everything around her. She has stepped into her true nature. And that is the time that we need to be on, finding our true selves, who we are without the pain. And so she is not the self that she was because she was forced to be something based on what other people decided she should be. And she's not choosing to be she's not choosing who she is based on the actions and the beliefs of others. Because people with their own baggage will definitely try to put that damn baggage on you, child. And some of us, when we don't know any better, we will carry other people's baggage around just because that's what we think we deserve. And that, baby girl, is not going to work no more. And so now that we done got through the cosmic read, which was a cute little read, let me get you and me together with the cosmic drag. Because the first thing that you need to know is ain't nobody got time to keep holding on to no old ass baggage. It is really time for you to let the motherfucker go who is not loving you right. And I'm not even just talking about the relationships that we in. Because one of the big questions is, are you the motherfucker that's not loving you right? Because if you're not, you need to let that bitch go, and you got to let the real you shine through. You are playing yourself way too small by believing that all you are is the sum of your negative experiences and attachments. You are more than that. And so when we stop wearing the scars and the broken hearts on our sleeve like the lady in the first card, we really are putting ourselves in a position to wear the healing on our sleeve. And that is the biggest flex you could possibly show up with anywhere you go. If you are healing from the shit of the past, the biggest flex is being able to heal and move on and not let that shit keep you worn down and torn down and looking haggard and raggedy. Ain't nobody got time for that. You can stay a victim of the past if you want to, but you the one that's going to stay stuck in that cycle of unhappiness, and that ain't cute, okay? The people who hurt you out here, they out here living their best, worst life, not giving a fuck about what they did to you, and here you go just still carrying on that baggage like the bag lady. That is so 2020, child, and we are not even on that time no more, okay? You have to give a fuck about your healing instead of continuing to let those people and those things that they have done to you occupy space in your mind and in your heart, and definitely in your self-esteem, child. Definitely in your self-esteem. You got to prioritize your peace and fuck whoever or whatever gets in the way of that, sis. Like, ain't no. Prioritize your peace. Put yourself first. Because at the end of the day, all you have is you. Of course, we have the people in our lives who really love us, and who really fuck with us. But at the end of the day, it all starts and stops with you. Okay? You got to stop faking on the world and let your true self step up to the motherfucking plate. Let your true self show up and show out every day, every way. You, the real you, it's time for you to step up to the stage, honey. And so you have to really step into your goddess self immediately. There is no time to waste. Step into your goddess self immediately. Step into your light. You are free to stop giving your shit away. You do not have to give your shit away no more. You are not defined by your traumas. You are way bigger than your traumas. You are way bossier than your traumas. You understand me? Way bossier than your traumas. Feel your feelings, cry your tears, and then get to glowing the fuck up immediately, goddess, because you owe it to yourself and your healing to live a life that is untethered to the pain of your past. Heal you and let the world bask in the light of the real you. Okay? And so with that being said, for our action of the week, I really want you to focus in on rediscovering your true self. Of course, I want you to journal about this, and I want you to dive into who were you before your negative attachments and trauma? Is that person that you were before those experiences who you truly are? If they are, great. If not, okay, we can get to the real you. I want you to describe your true self. List out her qualities, her interests, list out everything you possibly can about who you truly are. And I want you to also write down the hopes and the dreams of your true self. What does she require of others in order for them to have a place in her life? I want you to write about that. And then I want you to create a ritual for yourself with the intention of welcoming your true self into your life, into the mix, into this world. And if it's possible, I want you to take time to at least try to enjoy one of the interests that you discover that your true self has. If it's something that you've done before, okay, that's cool, but make sure it's something that you love and that truly feeds your soul. But if you could do something that you haven't done before, that is something your true self has always wanted to try, dive into that shit. I want you to do that, okay? Just make sure whatever you do that you're doing it with passion, okay? And so with that, we are coming to the end of this episode and we're wrapping up. And the thought that I want you to carry with you before you go, the little bit of galactic gold that I got for you today. I release any and everything that inhibits my healing and the expression of my true self. I release any and everything that inhibits my healing and the expression of my true self. I release any and everything that inhibits my healing and the expression of my true self. And with that, we definitely finna wrap up. But before we go, I want you to know per usual that your girl always got something popping. Check out my website, www.thehomegirlhealer.com, to see what classes and events I got going on, because that is always something popping, and I would love to have you either virtually or in person if you're in my area, and we're getting back to the in-person event soon, because I know folks been missing that, and I've been missing it too. Make sure you kick it with me on social media. Let me know how you experience the journaling prompt of this week. Tell me how you have been enjoying the mantra of this week, the galactic goal, and definitely just let me know how you're doing, and I'll make sure I let you know the same. So also, final thing, if you have any like Black Oracle or Tarot deck creators that you know that you love, please send me a link so I can support and make sure that I'm featuring their decks on the show. And with that, we about to go. I will see you on Monday. I'm so happy to be sharing this space with you, and I can't wait to do it again. And with that, I want you to go off and be great, be the bad bitch that you are, and go forth in peace. Peace, y'all.
Thank you for listening to The Cosmic Drag with the Homegirl Healer. Subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss an episode, and connect with the Homegirl Healer on social media so you always know what time it is. Follow Reshena at The Homegirl Healer on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube, and at The Homegirl Healer on Twitter and Clubhouse. And and share this podcast with anyone you know who could use a good dragging from the universe.